Hey everyone, welcome back. Hope you guys are having a great weekend. So you're probably watching this on a Saturday. This is going to be recorded a little bit earlier. It's like a day earlier. I'm recording this because I'm going to be really busy this weekend, so I won't have time to record. So I'm trying to get these videos out for you guys then. Okay, so we're going to do something that we normally do at least once a month, which is look over the miners for the previous month, see how they did. So this is now for March. In March, we'll take a look at all the 7 metrics and the 5 metrics, and then we'll go through it all as we normally do. Okay, but as always, you guys know the drill here. This is not financial advice for entertainment only. Please do your own research. Spam posts get reported and deleted. I'm invested in following companies for full disclosure, so you guys are aware. Okay, and then let's just get into the numbers here. So here's what we got going on right now. If we look at the numbers here, and as always, this is going to be available to my Patreon members. They have access to all my spreadsheets, all the presentations I do, everything like that. That gets all uploaded to all my members there, and they're wonderful there. So thank you everyone for their support there. So let's get into this here right now. Here's what we got going on. So we look at month over month hash rate growth. We look at current hash rate growth, see where they are stacking up as far as miners are concerned. Bitcoins per exahash efficiency. So we're looking at that. We're also looking month over month Bitcoin mine percentage. Did it increase? Did it decrease? How are they doing there? We're also looking at BTC mined just regularly there. Days mined. So with that, we're looking at to see how efficient they are. Are they running for the full month? Are they running for less than that? We're obviously looking for the most efficient miners here. Some miners do curtail a lot. That has an impact on the days mined, obviously. And then what is their HODL position, right? So those two last ones, we don't include in the 5 metrics, but everything else here is obviously included in the 7 metrics, but we will break it down for you guys. Okay, so here's what we got going on. This should be pretty easy. Month over month percentage hash rate growth, higher is obviously better on this one. So we got TeraWolf has had a really good growth here in March. They were up 28% roughly in hash rate growth. Now, if you're a smaller miner, this is going to have a bigger impact on you than somebody like large. It's Marathon, right? Marathon's up at 9, 10 exahash. Somebody that's like TeraWolf, that's at 1, 2 exahash. You get a little bit more growth, but you have a higher percentage. So we kind of look at a couple of things here. So TeraWolf came in number 1 on this, followed by Marathon at 20%. Then we got Cypher at 12.25%. Iris Energy at 11.24%. Then we got Riot, went up nicely as well, 7.14% growth. Hut was up 3.6%. Bitfarms was up 2.15%. CleanSpark 1.51%. And then we have a couple miners that didn't grow at all, which was DigiHost, Mawson, Argo. And then we got DMG was actually down a little bit here, 2.77% decrease in their hash rate, along with BitDigital was down 3.8%, okay? So that is always concerning for us when we see a negative hash rate growth, meaning either miners are being turned off or miners are going bad and they're just not installing any new miners for them, okay? Then we also have Hive and Sphere 3D, which they did not provide us with their numbers yet. It's 2 weeks in. There's absolutely no reason why they cannot provide us the information in due time, okay? I give them plenty of time to get this in. So they're in the bucket list right now, or in the doghouse, however you want to call it. And this is kind of where we stand up, or where we stack up right now. Month over month percentage hash rate growth, obviously higher is better. Next is going to be current hash rate. So this is looking at what they currently have operating in March. So Marathon obviously takes the cake here. Also, we're not including Core in here because they are in bankruptcy right now. I don't think it's fair to include them in here with everybody else still doing fine. Okay, so Marathon came in number 1 with 11.5 exahash. We got Riot at 10.5 exahash. CleanSpark is now further down, third spot at 6.7 exahash. Then we got Bitfarms at 4.8, Cypher at 4.7. So Cypher has been definitely clawing up there. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Cypher possibly being in the 4th spot coming in this month that we're in right now. We'll see how fast it can grow there. Okay, then we got TeraWolf also at 3.3 exahash. They've grown nicely here. These two guys are like the newer miners in the space, but yet they have surpassed some of the old dogs, like Hut 8, Hive as well. Some of these other ones here that have been mining for at least the last 5 years or so, since 2017, 2018. Whereas these new guys are outperforming them right now, which is quite sad, actually. Okay, so TeraWolf is at 3.3 exahash. Hut 8 is at 2.5, almost 2.6. Argo is at 2.5 as well. They've been there for a while now. Iris is at 1.9. They have a lot of growth left in them as well, so they are starting to kind of come back up a little bit, which is good. BitDigital is at 1.25 exahash. DMG is at only 891 petahash. DigiHost at 752 petahash. Mawson at 532 petahash. And like I said, Hive and Sphere have not provided their numbers, so they're in the doghouse. They're dead last year. Okay, next is BTC per exahash. So this is looking at their efficiency here, and higher is obviously better. So this is how many Bitcoins they mined with the hash rate that they had given at the end of the month here for them. So higher is always better on this. BitDigital, there's a caveat with BitDigital here. With BitDigital, I was not able to, and I'll show this to you guys here just so you guys are aware of this. So this might be kind of, I'll give it to them here, but it's kind of iffy a little bit, if you know what I mean. So BitDigital reported they mined, or they had 119 Bitcoins for March 23rd mined. And then somebody actually in the comments here said that maybe that the reasons I couldn't get my numbers to work for them in March, which you can see here, I had all their miners that they had reported as mining. I also had to take some out because I reported a lower hash rate. I had to add 190,000 to them, and they said that this could be from the staking that they do with, I believe, Ethereum that they do some staking with. And that could be the reason why that is the number that they got. So they're using the BTC equivalent for this, okay? So I just wanted you guys to be aware of that. This is why they are coming in at number 1 right now. And where is it at? I went, not that one, monthly. Okay, so that's why they came in at number 1, because they are, even you can see here that the average here is right around 89, 88, right around there is kind of where the top of the line is. So I'm wondering if the stacking helped them with the efficiency here. Okay, so they came in at 95.47 second, or if you want to look at it as maybe number first. But BitDigital has been always pretty close to being number 1 or number 2, number 3, somewhere around there as well. So they've been pretty efficient as well. CleanSpark is at 89. DMG is at 88. Then we got Bitfarms at 88.31. Iris Energy at 87.4. Cypher is at 86.67. Mawson is at 80.6. DigiHost is at 74.38. Marathon is at 71.47. TerraWolf is at 69.97. Riot is at 66.19. Then we got Argo at 64.39. And then Hut 8 is way down here at the bottom here at 50.48. Hut 8 had a lot of curtailment, it looks like, in March. Other things to kind of keep an eye on is also TerraWolf has had huge growth there. Whenever you see huge growth, that will always have an impact on your efficiency, right? Because the miners are never mining for the full month that are being installed. There's always a lagging time between those. So when you have huge growth, you'll see that come down a little bit here, which is kind of what I'm expecting with TerraWolf right now. Marathon has also done quite a bit of curtailing along with Riot. So that's why their numbers are down, right? The more efficient or the more uptime that you have during the month, your efficiency goes up on these numbers, on these metrics. Okay, so that's kind of what I wanted to point out to you guys. Next is month-over-month BTC Mine. So you can see here that percentage-wise, you can see that TerraWolf has had a really good growth here. TerraWolf is up 62.94% as far as the amount they mined. Given that they were relatively small, any large increases in Bitcoin is going to have a huge impact on their percentage-wise, okay? Marathon was up 20.79%. They have been growing really well this year, which is great to see. They had a really rough year last year. Iris Energy, same thing, pretty rough at the end of the year, but they are starting to pick up steam a little bit as well, so that's good to see there. BitDigital is at 10.35, so that's always good to see them growing, and that could be also based on the stacking that they do for Ethereum. And then you got Bitfarms at 9.56%, good growth there. CleanSpark at 3.82, Cypher at 3.77, Riot at 2.96, and then we have Argo, which was down 0.62%. Mawson was down 0.76%. DigiHost was down 3.75%. DMG was down 11.55%, and Hut 8 at the end here at down 60.03%. The other thing to take a note into this is March had more days than February did. They should have done better in March than they did in February. And this is definitely telling of the ones that are not growing as much as they should be. With the network hash rate increasing, you're going to see a decrease in Bitcoins being produced because of that, okay? Going on to the next one, BTC Mine here. The top winner was Marathon. Marathon came in number 1 with 825, followed by Riot at 695, CleanSpark at 598, Bitfarms at 424, Cypher catching up here a little bit to Bitfarms as well to 413, TerraWolf now at 233, Iris Energy at 173, Argo 161, Hut 8 at 131, BitDigital at 119, DMG at 78, DigiHost at 56, Mawson at 42. So definitely you can see kind of these these kind of groups here, like tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3. In tier 1, you got basically Marathon, Riot, and CleanSpark, and then you got tier 2, which is going to be Bitfarms, Cypher, eventually possibly even TeraWolf is going to get in there, and along with Iris possibly. But right now, TeraWolf along down the line is basically tier 3 of these miners. You got the large miners, medium, and then the smaller miners that go below that as well. Days mined. So this is pretty important here, obviously, for efficiency. The more days you can mine, the more you can actually mine. But obviously, some of these miners are also getting paid for curtailing, like Marathon, Riot. Some of these other guys, I think Hut 8 as well, are getting some credits back for curtailing energy. So we have pretty much a four-way tie here for the number 1 spot between Iris, CleanSpark, BitDigital, and Bitfarms. They all were mining pretty much for the 31 days on those. Riot, Mawson, and Cypher came in at a second spot, basically. So a three-way tie for that. And then we got Marathon in, you could say, 3rd spot, DMG in 4th spot, DigiHost in 5th spot, and TeraWolf at 6th spot. They were at 26, 26, 25.78, 25, and then you got Argo at 22.32, and Hut 8 again at 17.5 as well. Okay, so that's days mined. HODL position. We look at HODL because you guys, a lot of you guys chimed in. Why am I not looking into HODL? So we do keep HODL in here as well. That does have an impact, obviously, on the stock valuation of these miners. Marathon has the most here at 11,466. I believe 4,000 of those were that they bought back in 2021, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong on that. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. Hut 8 is all self-mined at 9,113. That is a large amount they HODL, obviously, but it has cost a lot of dilution to the shareholders because of it. And now they have started selling it this year as well, along with Marathon. Riot is at 7,072. Riot has done a kind of a mixture approach to this where they HODL some, mine, and sell some as well. So they've been doing that for quite a while. Hive, same thing. They are 2,340 Bitcoins. They've done the same thing, HODL a little bit and sell some of it as well. BitDigital is at 724. DMG is at 443. Bitfarms at 435. Cypher at 427. CleanSpark at 196. Argo at 85, and then the rest of them are way down there. Iris, TeraWolf, Mawson, they all pretty much sell for most of it. CleanSpark themselves have been selling a lot of theirs as well, but they've grown tremendously as well. So I just want to put that out there for you guys, okay? So that's kind of how the HODL picture looks like. And then when we look at the scores based on the 7 metrics, we can see, and this is how we score them, so I probably should go back up to here. The ones that are doing the best get a 1. The ones that are doing the worst get a 12 or a 14, depending on how many miners we have in here. And then we grade them that way. The lower the score is, the better the miner is overall. Okay, so when we come down here, we can see here that based on the 7 metrics that we have, so all the 7 metrics calculated, and then we add it all up. Marathon came in at number 1 with 19. They've had a great couple months here lately, so that's good to see. CleanSpark and Bitfarms came in at number 2 spot with 32. Then you got Riot at 33. Cypher at 36. So Cypher has also been climbing up here as well. They've been doing a fantastic job. Iris Energy and BitDigital are tied for basically, what is that going to be, 4th spot, 5th spot? You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th spot. Yep, 5th spot. And you got TeraWolf at number 6 spot. DMG came in at 57. Hut 8 at 58. Argo at 63. Mawson at 67. DigiHost at 69, and Hive and Sphere were the last ones because they didn't provide anything, so that's kind of how they stacked up. Okay, and based on the 5 metrics, which exclude HODL or current hash rate, we got Marathon with 17 points. They're number 1 again. CleanSpark is at number 2, along with Iris at number 2 with 20. Bitfarms is at number 3 spot with 21. Then you got Cypher at number 4 spot, and TeraWolf in the number 5 spot with 24. BitDigital is at 27. Riot is at 28, DMG is at 40, Mawson is at 41, Argo is at 45, along with DigiHost, and then Hut 8 is in the last spot with 49. So those are the way the things shaped up. And here's the individual scores for all of these. And let's go to the first one here, which is Marathon. Marathon has done really well. You can see here exceptionally well for all of these here for BTC HODL, current hash rate, days mined hasn't been bad either. They've been improving on that. BTC mined is definitely number 1 now since they've been growing relatively well this year. BTC month over month has also been really good. And then BTC per exahash, obviously, that needs to get improved based on Well, that could be also that they are growing a lot. Like I said, with a lot of growth, you're going to see that BTC per exahash efficiency come down. Because of the growth, you're getting a lot of miners in, but you're getting your hash rate way up there. Whereas if you're not growing as fast, your hash rate kind of stays the same, but you're getting more BTC, I guess, if you could say it that way. And then month over month hash rate has been really good as well. So Marathon has done a fantastic job here. That's why they're number one. CleanSpark number two. BTC hodled obviously is in the average range, right? Right around 8 is going to be average or so. 7, I think, is going to be average for this. So they're a little bit above average on that, on the miners. But we also have a lot offset based on, well, Riot, Marathon, Hut, and Hive holding a lot. That's going to sway those numbers up. Then current hash rate is really good. Number 3 spot. Days mined, number 1 spot again. BTC Mine, number 3 spot. Month over month BTC percentage-wise, number 6 spot, so below the average, which is good. And then BTC per exahash, number 2 spot, which is really good. And then month over month hash rate growth is at 8. They haven't grown as much the beginning of the year because they've grown a lot last year. This year they are building out to grow into Q2, which we are in now, and Q3 and Q4, which are going to be getting to possibly 16 exahash by the end of the year. So they still have a lot of growth in them, which we should see that improve going into those quarters as well. Okay, Bitfarms. You can see BTC hodled is kind of average mark here, along with month over month hash rate growth. BTC per exahash, number 4 spot, so still pretty good there. Month over month BTC mine percentage, number 5th spot. BTC mine, number 4. Days mine, number 1 spot, along with CleanSpark. And then current hash rate is number 4, so they're number 4 spot, which is still pretty good. They are having some issues in Argentina, obviously. We know about that. The miners are, well, they're waiting for the miners to get in there, get approval for those and everything else. And they did state just recently, this past week, that they are going to be buying potentially or leasing a facility that's going to help them grow there as well. So they are looking to grow, which is nice to see there as well. Okay. Next is Riot. Riot has had pretty good, well, the second portion of this is really good. The first portion, the month over month percentage hash rate is number 5 spot. That's based on that they are pretty high in the hash rate right now. They would have to do a huge increase in hash rate to get down to the lower numbers here. BTC per exahash, obviously, with a lot of the curtailment, you're going to have a lower score or worse score for that. And then month over month BTC percentage, and that's based on where they are right now. The only way that they could increase that is curtail less. But if it makes more sense for them to curtail, then they're going to do that as well. And then number 2 for BTC mined, days mined was number 2, current hash rate number 2 as well. So those are all great. BTC held number 3 spot. So they're in great shape there as it is. And then we got Cypher. Cypher came in, I guess it would be the number 5 spot here overall. That's the way we're looking at it here, right? Cypher. Yep. How did Riot get into the 4th spot? Oh, we're looking at the 7 metrics. So yeah, Riot was number 4 spot, Cypher is number 5th spot, and that's all we'll probably go through here. I don't want to bore you guys too much with all of these details. So Cypher has done really good on days mined, month over month percentage hash rate growth, and they've done a little bit better than average on BTC per exahash, month over month percentage hash rate percentage, and BTC mined along with current hash rate. So they're number 5 spot there. They are still growing, which is good to see. I think they're going to get to 5.5 or 6 somewhere around there, if I'm not mistaken. But that's kind of where we're seeing things right now at. Okay, so that's it. You can take a look at the other ones here. We'll just take a look at them, how things stacked up. With all of these, here's Iris right now, Bit Digital. Then we got TerraWolf. TerraWolf, I expect to grow some more as well. DMG, like to see them grow more as well. Hut 8, they got some issues, obviously. A lot of curtailment in this past month. They also have a facility that's down. They're moving miners out of that. They're going through the merger with USBTC. Don't know if that's going to basically pass or not. A lot of questions around that, and they just haven't been growing as well as I think a lot of you guys would like to see. They do have a large hodl position. I think that's the only thing that's keeping the stock up right now. Argo as well, stuck at 2.5 exahash right now, not growing much at all. Like to see them grow. They sold the facility, and they're basically hosting their miners now with Digital Galaxy as well. Mawson, you can see here that Mawson definitely needs to improve as well. They sold the facility to CleanSpark last November, December area timeframe, and they're restructuring and getting things in order for them as well, so that's good there, but I'd like to see more growth from them. DigiHost, same thing. I'd like to see more growth from them. Hive, well, Hive came in last because we don't have the data on them, along with Sphere 3D. Okay, so that is it. Let me see here. Where do I want to go? I want to go here. There we go. So let me know what you guys think of all these numbers. These are just kind of performance metrics, more or less, than anything else. When we do the quarterly results for these miners for Q4, which should be coming up, I'm going to try and get this done tonight, so you guys will have it for Sunday, but we'll see. Those look into more of their month-over-month or quarter-over-quarter percentage hash rate growth, those types of things. We're looking at debt to equity ratios, current ratios. We're looking at their numbers more than anything else. That's being included in all of that information there. That's a lot more to go through. Okay, that will be coming out, I promise you guys, hopefully this weekend. If not, it'll be out Monday or Tuesday or something like that. That'll be your latest. Okay, so that is it. Let me know if you guys enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe, as always. And then thank you so much to my Patreon members. Like I said, the spreadsheets are available to them. They get access to all of these. And that's only $4 a month. So not much. Less than probably a cup of coffee at Starbucks. All right, so that's it. I hope you guys have a great weekend. I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, bye.